In the early hours of February 14, 2013, South Africa awoke to shocking news. OSCAR Pistorius, the celebrated Paralympic champion known as the Blade Runner, had shot and killed his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, at his home in Pretoria. Pistorius, a national hero admired for overcoming the amputation of both legs to compete in the Olympics, now stood accused of murder. Pistorius claimed it was a tragic mistake. According to his account, he awoke in the night believing an intruder had entered the house. Reeva, a 29-year-old model and law graduate, was in the bathroom. Hearing noises inside, Pistorius said he panicked, grabbed his 9mm pistol, and fired 4 shots through the closed door. Only after breaking it down did he realize Reeva was inside, mortally wounded. The police saw things differently. Prosecutors painted a picture of a troubled relationship marked by arguments. They claimed the couple had quarreled that night, and that Pistorius intentionally fired at Reeva in anger. Investigators pointed to messages, neighbors' testimonies about hearing screams, and the trajectory of the bullets to suggest it was no accident. The case gripped the world. It was not just the fall of a sporting icon, it was a courtroom drama filled with emotion, forensic detail, and conflicting narratives. The trial began in March 2014, drawing live television coverage in South Africa. Pistorius broke down repeatedly in tears, sometimes vomiting when graphic evidence was presented. The defense insisted on his vulnerability as a disabled man. Without his prosthetic legs, they argued, he felt exposed and fearful in the middle of the night. His response, though tragically mistaken, was that of someone trying to protect himself. Prosecutor Jerry Nell countered with fierce questioning. He argued Pistorius's story was riddled with inconsistencies. Why hadn't he checked where Reeva was before firing? Why were there no signs of forced entry? The sequence of events, Nell insisted, pointed to intentional killing. In September 2014, Judge Thokozile Masipa delivered the verdict. Pistorius was not guilty of murder but guilty of culpable homicide, akin to manslaughter. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, serving just under 1 year before being moved to house arrest. But the legal battle didn't end there. The prosecution appealed, and in December 2015, South Africa's Supreme Court of Appeal overturned the original verdict, finding Pistorius guilty of murder. They ruled that he must have foreseen his actions could kill someone behind that door. In July 2016, Pistorius was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Another appeal by prosecutors led to an even harsher sentence. In November 2017, the Supreme Court increased his term to 13 years and 5 months. Once a symbol of triumph over adversity, Pistorius's name became synonymous with tragedy and controversy. The shooting of Reeva Steenkamp left a permanent scar, not just on her grieving family, but on a nation that had once embraced its Blade Runner as a hero.